Do not ever trust people that you meet online. They do not care about you. They are weirdos. Like, there will never be conflict resolution. They will use everything against you that you ever tell them. Like, I don't know how I'm gonna ever trust people again after what I have been through on the internet, but like, I just need to process for a second because I've been thinking about this a lot and just trying not to post about it, but since I'm here today, I might as well talk about it. But I think that Hags has put out some videos about me, which doesn't surprise me because she's so immature, but if you don't know, like, she's literally the person who I thought was, like, my only actual friend from the internet. Like, I've met a lot of cool people, but, like, and I have other people that I consider real friends, but from this situation, and I trusted her, and like, I'm so horrified. If people talk bad about you, don't respond. Why did I ever respond? Like, now that I'm looking back at everything that happened, if I had just not responded to any of these people, it would have never gotten out of control. Like, when people, like, I just didn't have media training. I didn't know what I was doing, and I didn't know how to respond to people putting out lies about me. Like, when Roxy put out that first video about me, I thought about it the other day, she probably had like 16 likes. AMW, when she would put out videos about me, 200 likes. Why were Sleuthy and Hags and all of these people sending me this stuff? So much of the internet is like these stay-at-home moms or people who are online all day thinking that they're helping, and they're not. Like, now I realize that Hags and Sleuthy caused so many problems. Like, I mean, why were they acting like anything was a big deal? None of this even went that viral when I think about it. Like, at least before I came back, when I came back to the internet, it went crazy viral. Why were you guys so obsessed with me? I would get like 200 likes a post, and then every few weeks I would go viral. And people acted like I was so powerful and so famous, and like the phone calls to the police station, when like Carrie Ann was like, "You're never gonna believe this huge influencer, da da da." Like, you guys were acting like I was so famous. It's so weird to think about now. And like, I had never gone through something like that before, and I didn't know to just ignore it. And I even tried, and then Sleuthy would send me stuff constantly. The day I almost took my life, the reason I snapped that day is because Sleuthy was sending me stuff from the Reddit thread. And that was right after I had already lost my accounts. I was getting, like, stuff was coming at me from every side. I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know Samara was behind all of it. I had Carrie Ann threatening me. She had really bought the trademarks. And then I really lost my accounts, and and if Sleuthy hadn't been feeding me all this information, I wouldn't have even known about the Reddit thread. And that first Reddit group had like 200 people in it. Who fucking cares? Now I'm like, why did I? But it's people sending me stuff, and I had never had a Reddit thread made about me. I didn't know. Like, if people make up stories about you, don't try to prove yourself. It's not a big deal. Like, they don't care if you prove yourself anyways. They don't. That's the craziest part about the internet. It doesn't matter if you put out the truth. Like, nobody cares. They'll find another way to spin it. It's just like dealing with actual narcissists in real life. You can never land and say, no, this is what happened, here's the receipts, it's over. There's no conflict resolution. And even when I try to have conflict resolution, these idiots won't allow it. And you're telling me after 2 years of friendship, instead of just, like, handling things privately, Hags has to go talk about extremely personal stuff? And I told her, I was like, dude, that's my worst fear, that you would turn on me after all of this. And it's because of who I voted for, that she feels so emboldened to be this cruel to me. She didn't even have a second thought about it. She just went for, like, the worst thing she could think of and just put it out to the world. Yeah, even people that you've known for years don't give a shit. They don't care. They've never met you in person. They act like they know you. She knows who I am. She knows I'm not lying about anything. We would talk for 18 hours a day. She did so much unpaid labor for me and everybody in my life. My other friends in real life. They were like my parents. They were like, all these people were like, another person that's actually my friend, but I met her on here. But we're like actually real friends now. Everybody was like, are you sure Hags has your best interest at heart? Like, why is she so obsessed with you? Why is she doing 15 hours a day of unpaid labor for you? And I would always be so gracious with her. I would be like, thank you. Like, and I thought she was helping me, but actually she was just feeding me a bunch of stuff. And then I'm trying to calm the whole situation down, and she goes and gets police records in my name. And I try to just slowly stop talking to her because I'm not trying to start any more drama on the internet. And I respect her as a person, and she can't just let our friendship go. She has to, like, do all of this. Dude, I always knew you were gonna resent me for all that free labor, but like, and I appreciate what you did, but you went too far. And you and Sedgenox and all these people, you guys got Samara started in the beginning. You kept it all going. You fed me so much information. Why didn't any of you just go do something else with your life? This whole thing was so scary, and not only could I have ignored almost all of it, but anybody who was mad at me and is still mad at me doesn't even have followers. There's never really been viral videos made about me, ever. What? You have YouTube, or Jubilee and some weirdos on YouTube, and I will never see your videos. I will never watch the video Hags made about me. I don't see your stuff because you don't send it to me anymore. I don't see anything because nobody sends me stuff because the people who still follow me aren't weirdos, and the people that I still chat with have never sent me stuff. But when you really think about it, like this situation, like I can't believe that it felt like such a big deal, and it was because somebody almost lost their life. But like, I should have realized like nobody's going viral, like nobody's like I should have just ignored Roxy, ignored Samara's claims, and just been like, none of that's true. You guys can figure it out for yourselves. But I didn't know how to handle it, and I let the pressure eat me alive. And I thought that if I was just honest and authentic and real, that it would be fine. No, people don't care. The internet will eat honest and real and authentic people for breakfast. And it doesn't matter how many times you prove it. It doesn't matter. Like Hags even told me on the, like when she messaged me back finally, she won't even allow us to have a conversation after 2 years of friendship. That's when you know somebody is so immature and doesn't want to have a real talk. She said, this is why you didn't get a lawsuit. Is because you called Carrie Ann and you're just ridiculous. First of all, did you want me to get a lawsuit? Oh, that's right. You were telling me the whole time that there was going to be a lawsuit and that you were trying to help me, which there was never a lawsuit. You fed into this whole fucking delusion and made me so scared. And you wanted me to get a lawsuit. You know exactly why there wasn't a lawsuit on my end. And that's because I chose to walk away. And because of money. And because I wasn't going to ask my parents for money. And because this was all over TikTok, Hags. You still act like this is the biggest deal in the world, and now you're just gonna go try to get really personal with me for what? You wanted me to get into a lawsuit, you wanted me to go through years of stress, and you wanted to be the person that was by my side, and you got some weird power trip out of all of this, and you liked being the person that I talked about in all my lives and stuff. I'm so embarrassed that I let people with no social media power or influence make me think that any of this was important or real or got me to pay attention to any of it. Like, it's like, just don't make the same mistake I did. And of course you wanted me to get a lawsuit. Do you know how hard it was to walk away from this and say, no, like, I don't need to go sue these women just to prove a point? That's called maturity, Hags. And that's the kind of stuff you think of me after 2 years of friendship. Like, what was I doing? Like, she throws back stuff that's just a blatant lie that she was there for. Like, don't trust people on the internet, please. Yeah, this video is for educational purposes only. So nice to meet you, though, honey.